Morning. I'll keep the question paper with you. We will discuss that. So if you have any doubt, you may come. Mic will be open to you. The first question is pure open-ended question. The self-explanatory. There is no need. Even just you study the class notes, you can easily answer. It's the easiest question. Starting itself is easiest question. Here, only one doubt would be there about the Dutch and the British. That even the classroom itself we discussed it. Though Dutch East India Company was started later, the British was started much earlier when compared to Dutch East India Company, but it was the Dutch to come to India earlier when compared to the British. So these kinds of doubts would come while answering the question. Answer, the first one answer Delhi is the answer. That you know very well of this, right? I hope you would not find any doubts regarding the first question. Regarding the second question, explain. This is also more or less self-explanatory. Portuguese Daman, that's the Danish Sarambur. So only one additional information I would like to say about Sarambur is the Danish. The Sarambur is well known for missionary activity, Christian missionary activity. That too well known for educational Christian missionary activity, Christian educational institution. Uh, for that, Sarambur missionary itself is there. That itself is very famous. So apart from that, there is no need of the thing. It seems to be wrong to say. Actually, if you see the fourth, British Bengal. Actually, it's not the Bengal. It should exactly be the Calcutta. Calcutta seems to be the right one rather than the Bengal in the case of the British. Okay. And next, third question, because first two one, no need of any further explanatory aspect. If you have any explanation, you can type it in the chat box, right? Otherwise, you can straight away come to the WhatsApp to my number, either in chat box or straight away come to as per that date would be class, right? If any doubts, you may straight away come to my WhatsApp number. This is my number, so that you can straight away interact. Right, once at least once in few minutes I will check, right? So that if beyond that, if any doubt, you directly come to mic, so that it will be very easy. Yes. And third question is to be discussed. Which of the following are influenced? So second question answer, Delhi is the answer. To the third question, answer is the C. Here some information to be discussed. One is evangelicalism. What is evangelicalism? Is that English missionaries actually. So evangelicalism means it's a missionary activity that is called evangelicalism. Yes, that played a vital role. This Christian missionaries forced the government to go for some administrative measures and not administrative measure, social reform measure. That is one important. Second is, so evangelicalism means related to Christian missionary. Utilitarianism. These are all the key words. You can effectively utilize all the four words in history mains. Utilitarianism means, actually this utilitarian concept was first propounded by, note it down, Jeremy Bentham. Jeremy Bentham. In political science, you will be discussed. It's a political science philosophy, pure political science philosophy. Jeremy Bentham mentioned about the utilitarian principle. What is utilitarianism means? Uh, Highest utilization of resources for the highest benefit of people. If you wish, note it down. Otherwise, utilization of any resources for the highest term. That resources should be used not just for one. It should be used for highest thing. It should be helpful for the highest benefit of highest number of people. So the resource should be used for highest. It should reach highest number of people and it should benefit highest. Everything is highest, then it is called utilitarianism. It's like a utility. Once you purchase a cycle, how far you are utilizing? You would not cycle once and you would not just to put it in your balcony. rather than you would utilize it for years. The same concept applicable, that's called utilitarianism. It's a pure political science concept, so that will be helpful. And the free trade, that is a free trade concept is laissez-faire system. Laissez-faire system. What's a laissez-faire system is the free trade. Who propounded the free trade concept is, note it down, that is Adam Smith. Adam Smith propounded free trade concept. Free trade concept. Taken? Yes. So these three had Orientalism. What is the meaning of Orientalism? Type it in the WhatsApp. What's the meaning? Even we already discussed about the Orientalist and the Anglicist things. We already discussed that. What is Orientalism? Yeah, no one. Actually, what is Orientalism means related to the East. So Orientalism means related to the East. So you may straight away type to my WhatsApp. It's hand raise. Okay, mic open. Open. First the hand raise. Come to mic.
Good morning, sir. Supriyo here, sir.
Yeah, Supriyo.
Sir, actually, means if you can please take it in Telegram, means in your Telegram number. Actually, WhatsApp is not working, hence I can't reply, sir. If you please.
Okay, actually it's not working on our WhatsApp.
Yeah, my WhatsApp is not working. Actually, the phone has gone out of order.
Okay, I have seen you. Right. Done. Yes. So this is what the Orientalism. Orientalism is related to this is the East exactly. So keep it in mind. One is two kind. One is Anglicist concept. Another is the Orientalist concept. Orientalism means that is the East. Anglicist means related to the West exactly. But this Orientalist concept had not at all impact of shaping the British administrative policy in India. To the question number 3, answer C. C is the answer. And next, to the question number 4, consider the following statement. So keep it in mind, this is not just that test paper, it is that class notes. All the key points you have to study. If you didn't study any questions, right, or if a topic or question seems to be new, immediately you study, explore the topic and well versed of this. And fourth, regarding that Tipu Sultan, right, answer is D. All the statements are right. Yes, he enrolled himself as the Jacobean club because during the French Revolution, Jacobean Girondists, so likewise that grouping were there. You will be discussed in world history. He issued coin, yes, even new calendar. He was the first Indian sovereign ruler who applied the Western mode of administration. Exactly, right. Even yes, even Akbar, even the great Mughal rulers failed in that, but most successful at least tried to apply was Tipu Sultan, right? So all the 3 points are correct. Question number 4, answer D. And to the question number 5, which of the following is not a cause of the failure of the French Revolution? Right. Answer. Any answer? Any idea? Since answer is not at all given to you, right? Try your level best. Any idea? What's the answer? Yes. Very good. Balu is right. Balu is right. Exactly. Any other? Vivid is right. Exactly. Any other answer? Vivid is also right because I have not informed the answer. Vivid is right. Super. Right. So here France had found no alliance. Yes, exactly. No. Yes, answer is the C. French found no alliance in the Indian. That's absolutely wrong. French had great. The best example of the alliance French joined with. Any idea? Type it. Any idea about that? So here, which is not correct. French found no alliance. That's wrong. Why? Because French had alliance. Any best example? Yeah, exactly. Vinita is right. One. French has. French has no. Balu Baya is wrong. Right. With the Tipu. No. Tipu had. Even before before the Tipu Sultan. Any other? No. All are mentioning about the Tipu Sultan. Wrong. Tipu Sultan and French indirectly. Even Napoleon Bonaparte didn't directly help. Exactly. SS is correct. Nawab of Carnatic. Exactly. Even if you see Second Carnatic War, in the Second Carnatic War, right, French right, physically joined with whom Mr. Sanda Sahib. They worked for the cause of the Sanda Sahib. Correct? So in that way, answer is the C. C is the right. And next is fifth question is over. And the sixth one, despotic. Okay. What is the meaning of despotic is uh, no one would control the ruler. No one could control the ruler. That is called despotic. No constitution, no parliament like institution. King had absolute power. He is everywhere. He is all in all. That is called the concept of despot. Okay, what is just opponent to the despotism concept is liberalism. That is the concept of despotism, or we can use the word democratic, because in democratic country you can't see the despotic ideas, but if despotism is there, no democracy. Got it? So these are all the concept. So one can student asked it. That's why I explained to you. And one thing, keep it in mind. Today is also a class. Whatever I have not discussed in that normal classroom, that alone I will discuss here. Apart from that, I will just tell the answer alone. So keep with you Modern India class notes also. This is an additional information. Right. Next. Question number 6. Answer is B. First two statements are right. Charter Act encouraged the revival of improvement of native Indian literature. How encourage and revival of native Indian literature? Any idea? Type. First statement is right. Why first statement is right? Yeah, Balaji is correct. Exactly. No, not just Hindu Banaras University. What you said is Swipriya is wrong. Right. Rupees 1 lakh was allotted. Rupees 1 lakh was allotted for the improvement. Yes, Vinita is right. Correct. So these are all the thing. That's the first statement. English Education Act. Yes, English, the Western, that's right. Charles Wood's education recommended down infiltration policy. Now I have to discuss the down infiltration policy. I think I have not discussed about that. Why that statement is wrong is right. Charles Wood's dispatch recommended for the abolition of down infiltration theory. Note it down. That's why the third statement is wrong. Right. Wood's dispatch wanted to abolish the down infiltration theory. Now, who recommended the down infiltration theory and who abolished means, right? Who recommended down infiltration theory is Macaulay. Macaulay recommended down infiltration theory. Yes. Spandana is right. Shruti, yes, exactly right. Down infiltration theory. Right. What is down infiltration theory mean? Listen, once English was introduced here, it was not to discuss, to teach the mass. Here is the mass. Not to teach the mass. They will teach to one selective people. This in turn they would teach it to other people. This in turn they would teach it to other people. And at last it would percolate. So government introduced English language not to overnight to discuss directly with that Indian, rather than, yes, already discussed. Exactly. So who introduced, who abolished it? I mentioned it. That's why it's six we already discussed in the classroom itself. Yes. Sixth question, answer B. And seventh, consider the following about the permanent system. Answer. Any idea about the answer? Answer. What's answer? Answer C. Okay. Yeah, C, right. 2 and yes, exactly. Answer has been given. Whether answer has been given to you? Type it. Now my question is whether answer has been distributed. What's answer to each question? No. Okay. Okay. Right. But without knowing that, you are exactly explanation is there. Okay. The okay. So permanent answer is the C. So you know very well of this. The absolute ownership of land is vested with the monarchy, and the jamindar could not bequeath the land. Actually, the first statement, first part is right. Absolute ownership of land vested with the government, but the jamindar could not bequeath. Bequeath means transfer. That is wrong because jamindar had the right to transfer the property to his son daughter. That is hereditary. That's why the first statement is wrong. That's why the first statement is wrong. Yes, that's all. Right, everything explanatory part is there. So that's the reason here seventh answer C. And eighth one, you come to eighth one, answer is C. Answer is C because William Bendick didn't introduce the doctrine of lapse. Actually, who introduced the doctrine of lapse, it's difficult. But who followed doctrine of lapse? In 1820s itself, doctrine of lapse was introduced, used, right? Even question may be asked like this. Dalhousie introduced the doctrine of lapse means that's absolutely wrong. Even much before the Dalhousie itself, the doctrine of concept was already there. So it's difficult. No, who introduced the doctrine of lapse means wrong. Dalhousie means wrong. Who popularized the doctrine of lapse? Dalhousie, that's right. Because here I would like to mention even before Dalhousie belonged to 1850s, right? He annexed so many territories, but even before Dalhousie, one area was annexed by means of doctrine of lapse. Any idea? Type. Yeah, exactly, right. In that, no, Jaintia is wrong. Kittur is exactly right. Exactly, is right. So Channamma, Rani Channamma, Kittur. So in 1820s itself, we already discussed that Kittur. After that, who popularized this? Dalhousie popularized it. That's why in that seventh question we discussed, and the eighth question answer C. And he was known for abolition of sati, that's suppression of infanticide, and the thug. So now I have to discuss about the thug. Right, that to be discussed. Who are thug? Any idea? Who are thug? Thug. And another thing is Bindari. Pindari, not Pindari. Right, it's a Pindari. Who are thug? Thug life. Thugs of Hindustan movie. You might have seen. Amir Khan, Amitabh Bachchan, casted it. Right, thugs. Thugs mean it's like a highway robbers. So such a people are called the thugs. Yes, thugs are rowdies. Not rowdies. Right, actually, who are thugs mean thugs are highway robbers. Okay, rowdies mean not doing the fighting people. Yes, Pindar is an unofficial military. Yes, thugs are it's like highway robbers. Right. Listen, the thugs' problems were great. What they used to see mean whenever in the highway, if a trader is moving on with the commodity, he was robbed. Okay, as long as he was robbed, that's not at all a matter. But the same trader was captured and his head would be beheaded. How? Why do they kill that person? Is right because they wanted to sacrifice that body before their goddess. It's like a Kali like local goddess was there, right? Yes. So this is what, and even sometimes thugs would cut the nose of such a trader. That's why thugs issue was there to suppress the thugs, right? William Bendick appointed a commander, note it down, Sleeman. The commander name is Sleeman. Exclusively to suppress the thug, William Bendick appointed a commander. The commander name is Sleeman. Right. So thugs and pindaris are very yes, William Sleeman, exactly right. Yes, these are all important. And next is so answer C. Next, ninth one, answer A. Charles Metcalfe was the liberator. My class in class itself I discussed. Vernacular press brought more freedom to vernacular. It's absolutely long. Right. Vernacular Press Act restricted the regional. So who introduced Vernacular Press Act? You know. Who abolished Vernacular Press Act? If you study, type it. Who introduced? You all people know. Lord Lytton introduced it. Who abolished Vernacular Press Act? Yeah, exactly. Supriya is right. Shruti is right. Yes, almost all are right. Ripan is right. That is that. Who is the person with the full of face? Okay, almost all. Ripan. So 1878 it was introduced. By 1882 or 1883 itself, Lord Ripon period, the system was abolished. Very good. You have studied well. This much of information are enough. Yeah, right. And next is, so answer A. Next, 10th question. Consider the Wahhabi movement. It was the revivalist, yes. It became the nationalist movement and potential turned to the colony. No, it was not a nationalist movement because Wahhabis were just confined to East or in the Punjab region alone. It was not at all potential to the national. That's not at all. And gradually it was suppressed by the British. Yes. So this is what about the 10th question, Wahhabi movement. So Wahhabism is more or like it's like a religious movement. Yes, Darul Harb. Yes. So here, if you see that in Islamic reform movement, they would use the word Darul Harb to Darul Islam. Right. What is the meaning of Darul Harb? Darul Harb means land of infidels. Land of infidels to land of Islam. Land of infidels to land of Islam. That is called Darul Harb to Darul Islam. It is not followed just by Wahhabi. All that Islamic rulers and Islamic invaders used it. Other than Islamic people, all other they consider as an infidel. They wanted to capture such a territory and they wanted to convert all the people into Muslim. That concept is called Darul Islam. So land of infidels into land of Islam. That was the aim. So it was not all India character. 11th question, answer B, Bombay. Untold. Consider the following statement about the Pitt's India Act. That's a damn easy question. Answer is A. 1 and establishment of Supreme Court in Calcutta, that is 1773 Regulating Act. All people, I think no need to explain about this. Right, about this. So 12th question is answer A. I hope no need of further explanation. And 13th question, answer is A because which is incorrect. Wellesley Subservience, right? William Bendick abolition of Sadi. Asiatic Society of Bengal. You all know who started Asiatic Society of Bengal. Type. I want to ask two questions. Who started? Yeah, William Jones, exactly. William Jones was there. Another question is, at the time, who was the Governor General? When William Jones started Asiatic Society, at the time, who was the Governor General? Yeah, exactly. Supriya is right. So many faced person is right. Yeah, Supriya is right. Who is that? Supriya, Cornwallis is wrong. Warren Hastings was the person. Right, Warren Hastings. So either it may be Warren Hastings, otherwise exactly it should be the Sir William Jones. So that's wrong. Answer here is 13th is A. And 14th question. To the 14th question, yes, this is a damn easy question. Answer A. In the class note itself, I have given Gaikwad, Scindia, Holkar, Bonesley. No need of explanation. And the 15th question, with respect to subsidiary alliance, yes, answer is A. A is the answer. It means that C is wrong. Why C is wrong means, keep it in mind, the word is important. Internal affairs of the administration was shifted to the British hands officially. No, it was not officially handed over, but unofficially British took the internal administration also. So carefully look into that. As per subsidiary alliance, what the British said, we want to control only the external. Note it down. As per that, we wanted to control only the external. We would give complete internal freedom. This is what the British assured, right, as per here. But what happened is, even in internal ways also, they unofficially interfered. So as per subsidiary alliance, law says external relationship you surrender, internal relationship you follow. Okay, what is the internal here? External mean war, peace, negotiation with others. That's why we discussed that. The Indian ruler, after signing subsidiary alliance, should not have any negotiation with other ruler without the British permission. So on, so was there. Then what is internal affairs means? Right, successor, choosing their successor. Note it down. Choosing their successor. So modern India wise, in here itself, prelims, GS mains, optional history, here itself you study. There is no separate discussion for that. Okay, so successor, internal successor, internal administration. So British said that subsidiary alliance, officially we would not interfere internally, but unofficially day-to-day affairs they interfere. That's why one of the person revolted later. Who was the person revolted because of subsidiary alliance type? One person revolted. No, Jhansi is wrong. No. Don't confuse with subsidiary alliance and Jhansi. Wrong. No. Yes. The person with the flag is right. Shruti is wrong. Absolutely wrong, Shruti. Supriyo is wrong. Okay, only one person. Third Marathavar is correct. This is exactly right. But particularly one person revolted is none other than, yes, what about, Lalit is right. Exactly right. That is none other than Diwan Velutambi. If you see Diwan Velutambi, excess interference of that British administrator in that third Maratha war is also right. But since my question is a person, exactly it's a Diwan Velutambi. Very good. Right. 15th, we discussed of that. And come to 16. 16, answer C. 2 and 4 alone. Consider the following about the Varanasi. He was the first Governor General of India. All people know. He was not the first Governor General. He was the first Governor General of Bengal. Who was the first Governor General of India was William Bentinck. So in that itself it's over. He attempted to codify Muslim and Hindu law. Yes, exactly. So even his masterpiece is the Code of Hindu Law. It's a very famous Hindu law. Right, this is a very famous work. Second is right. Attempt to codify. A new post, district judge, was created. Yes, actually, who created the district judge post type? That too we already discussed. Who created district judge post? Yeah, exactly right. Cornwallis. Cornwallis is the right one, not William Bentinck. Very good. So that's why the third is wrong, right? And fourth is exactly right. on the open auction to the highest bidder. Exactly. So answer is 16C. And the 17th one, which of the following about Rajaram Mohan Roy? Answer is A. So 1 and 3. So you add this in that class note itself. Kindly add it. He believed in monotheism. It's a very famous concept. Actually, I missed it in the class notes. Right. He was a staunch believer of the monotheistic idea. Right. One. Second is he considered Vedas are eternal and infallible. That is wrong. Who said Vedas are eternal and infallible? Type. Yeah, exactly. Shruti is right. Supriya is right. Exactly. It's a Dayanand. Dayanand Saraswati idea is that Vedas are eternal. So it's absolutely wrong. Very good. So 17th answer B. Right. Otherly laid emphasis on the human reason, rationality in all the religious manner. Exactly right. And near the believed in monotheism, right? He wrote a book. What is the book is? Monotheism. Even he wrote the book called Monotheism. Exactly, I forget the book name. Along with that, last one is the monotheism. It would come like this, right? In that he emphasized what's the great things of monotheism. One, another thing he wrote another book is Precepts of Jesus Christ. Precepts of Jesus Christ. So one is that monotheism book, another is the Precepts of Jesus Christ. Yeah, already explained the Precepts of Jesus Christ. Okay. So in that he criticized the gift to monotheism. Yes, exactly right. What is the book name? Exact book name is the Gift to Monotheism. One thing. Another thing is the Precepts of Jesus Christ that I already discussed. Exactly. Okay. I discussed me not really matter. And next 17 is over. Come to 18 with reference to Theosophical Society. Answer is A, because Theosophical Society was not at all started by any person. All that common man knew very well after that. Theosophical Society was started by Madame Blavatsky and Henry Alcott, that too in New York. Later they shifted it. Much later only Irish woman, that is Annie Besant, came and joined the movement, and by 1900 only she became popular. So she was not at all the founder. But UPSC would ask like this question. In that only, right. 14th question wrongly given. It test 1 minute. 14th question. Okay. Right. Yes. Answer is yes. 14th question. Answer seems to be yes, exactly. Haikwad. Yes. Answer is C. Am I right? Yes. So kindly all change it to the 14th question. Answer is C. Okay. Since I consider you knew these kinds, that's why I have not even seen the answers itself. So kindly change it. 14th answer C. And next one. 18th question. I accept that first point all are correct. That to emphasize on occultism. I discussed about occultism. What is occultism is mysticism. They have given complex word called occultism. Actually, the simple word is the mysticism. So what is mysticism? Is that it's like a magic. It's like a believing an unbelievable thing. That is called, I would say it's a mystic. For example, what is the best mystic is all the religion as mystic. If I did like this penance, have you seen that? The Brahma would come down and would ask, son, what kind of things you want? I want immortal, I Saranjeevi, I should never be died. No one should kill me. At which time Brahma really came down to this world. That is called mystic idea. So mysticism means believing one thing, but it would never happen. Keep it in mind. Okay, if you do like this, God would come down. At which time? Otherwise, if you do worship in front of the God, oh please God, give me some amount. Whether God would put it from the sky? It's a belief. This is called mystic. Technically, it's also called the occultism. So they strongly believe the occultism concept. 18th answer A. And 19th, all the people should know very well. Answer is B. Why answer is B is, in the Battle of Plassey, who participated is, it's not Suja Uddawla, it's a Siraj Uddawla participated. It's a very simple question. Even if you committed mistake, then you should be very careful. And 20th question, as that's also, that is civil services, created a covenanted civil services which later become Indian. So listen, covenanted, the word is important. What is the meaning of covenant? Any idea? Even today you are entering into civil service. This is also covenant. What is the meaning of covenant? Yeah, exactly. Shivapriya is absolutely right. Super, very good. Right. So what is covenant mean? We have to completely dedicate. Keep it in mind. If you become IAS officer 24/7, IPS officer 24/7, you have to work. For that, a compensation amount would be given by the government. That's why, listen, if you become IAS government servant, a group A servant, you have to work for the government. Government would work for your home, your house member, accommodation, transportation, education, everything. Government would give facility. Only thing, you have to dedicate 24/7 to your home. You no need to bother your government. No need to bother your house and other thing. Even if you shift from one place to another place, government would send the transport. Exactly right. It's at a contractual, right, for work, dedicated work. Yes. And next is 20. And 21 is hero of Vanduvash. This point I have not given. So hero of Vanduvash, Vandavasi, Battle of Vandavasi is the third war. Right. And now another question. Who is the hero of Arcad? Type. Who is the hero of Arcad? Shakti Harish is right. Almost very good, very good. Robert Clive. Robert Clive, the hero of the hero of Arcad. So Sir Irkut, the hero of Vandavash. And 22, Cartes system. Yes. This is already a question. Even in history optional, this is a 10-mark question. Once is exactly Cartes system. Right. What is Cartes system, sir? Is answer is the Portuguese. Right. What is Cartes system means? Carefully listen. It's like a threatening. It's like a pass. Here is Africa. Here is Arabia. Here India. Right. Here is Arabian Sea. Here is here is Indian Ocean. Right. Indian Ocean. Here Arabian Sea. Right. After that, Portuguese completely concentrated and dominated in the Arabian Sea and in Indian Ocean. If any, listen, if any Indian ships or any Arab ships, right, that is exclusively non-European ships, any of the ships wanted to travel in that Arabian Sea and Indian Ocean, they must get a pass. They must buy like a pass-like concept called cartas. Otherwise, your ship will be looted. So if you want to avoid your ship to be looted, navigation pass or license. Otherwise, your ships will be looted. That is the concept called cartas. It's a very important concept in coming of Europeans. Another point I emphasize. And 23 answer A. Yes, no need of that. Created political alliance. Who was the political alliance? Is the Jamindar. It company for stable and maximum income. Yes, because permanent system, stable income would come because every year what amount to be paid, they knew very well of this. Yes. So 23, there's no explanation beyond that. And 24 is this. Is a Satya Sodak Samaj. Who started Satya Sodak Samaj? Jyotiba Phule. You knew very well of this. Right. Answer. It's an anti-caste movement. These things we already discussed in the classroom. Yourself can easily learn. And the next thing is object of Akali movement. Yes. To purify the management of the Sikh Gurdwara, especially the Sikh Gurdwara in the Harmandir Sahib. That's also over. Consider the following statement. If anything to be explained, just stop. Okay, just stop. Since I consider that, yes, Spadana is right, but Jamindar didn't improve the agriculture yield. Yes, exactly. But they consider, British consider that The Jamindar would genuinely improve the agriculture, but the Jamindar actually didn't. Didn't. Yes. And next is 25, we discussed it. 26, yes. It was the first ever revolt made by Indian Sipai against the English East India Company. Absolutely wrong. 1806, Vellore is there. Even before Vellore mutiny, so many mutiny took place. Vellore mutiny is the famous, but it is not the first one. Even before the Vellore mutiny, right, that happened. So we can't say Vellore mutiny was the first one. It was planned and organized. Absolutely wrong, because Bahadur Shah himself was a nominated mason, himself was a age-old person, himself half-heartedly participated in the revolt. And 27. Which of the following about the consequence of the revolt? Yes, all are right. Deliberate pursuance of divide and rule. Yes. Tight control over civil military, will discuss. Representative institution. So here, third statement is there. Development of representative institution. Example. Give example. Carters cannot be considered as a blue water policy. Anyhow, check it. Right. What is the best example of the development of representative institution in India? Give one example. No, judiciary system wrong. Wrong. Judiciary system is wrong. Then, yeah, legislative council. Sivapriya is exactly right. Right. It's a legislative council. That's a CLA, PLA, that kinds are, and including Indians, more Indian into that. Very good. That's right. That we already discussed. 27, answer D. And 28, it's a very damn easy. 28 is a because Awadh was not annexed. Awadh was annexed by means of doctrine of misgovernance. Madras, Bombay, already by means of war. Madras by means of Carnatic war and Mysore war. Bombay by means of 3 Anglo-Maratha war. So that's also wrong. So 28 answer, A is the answer. Yes. Next is 29. Raitwari system was implemented in which of the following places? Yes, here I have to defer. Answer is B. Note it down. Answer is B, because yes, Raitwari system. Yes, Coorg is also right. Raitwari system was also extended to the Coorg region also. Yes. So answer is 1 and 2. Here answer is not A. Answer is B. Next. And 30th question, it's a very evergreen topic. It's a Neil Turban by Deen Bandhu Mitra about the Indigo Revolt. These are all ABCD of UPSC Civil Services. Yeah, Indigo Revolt. And 31, which of the following are the reason for civil rebellion? All are correct. Yes, all are right. Exactly right. Okay, I will go through, Supriyo. I will go through. But major part of Punjab, normally we will discuss the Mahalwari system. It may be very small part, right? But that's why they have not included, I think. But normally, if the question is asked, Punjab is pure Mahalwari system. You can no way include it into the Raitwar system. That's a damn sure. Okay, this is what. And another 31 we discussed of that. All right. 32. Consider about Pandita Ramabai. Actually, in socio-religious reform movement, I have not discussed about the Pandita Ramabai. So all the two statements are, she founded Sarda Sadan, exactly. She founded Arya Mahila Sabha. That's also important. These are all preliminary questions. In class note itself, actually, that question paper itself is the class notes. Both are right. It's a great reformer, this Pandita Ramabai. Okay. And next is one caste, one religion, one God, one human. That is Oru Jadi, Oru Madam, Oru Devam. Oru means one. right? Mother means religion. Those who are not from non-Dravidian region, right? Jadi means caste. Mother means religion. Devam means God. Manushya means human. Who said this is Sri Narayana Guru. Sri Narayana Guru, yes. But another thing is there. One of his disciple is there. His name is Sadharan Ayappan. That first option, if you see, Sadharan Ayappan is there. He was a disciple. He was a disciple of Sri Narayana Guru. But he said negatively. Near Sadharan Ayappan, you write it. He said, no Jadi, no Madam, no Devam, no Manushyam. So he said, Sahodran Ayappana, okay. So he said negatively. Narayana Guru said like this. His disciples said negatively. These are all very famous related to SNDP movements. Yes, and next is the term chins and kosas and bandana. These are all related to the cotton. Yes, this is very important. Okay, definitely. So chins, kosas, bandana, these are all very important of cotton produced. Yes, and next is here itself is the chins are what so and so. And 35, consider the following statement regarding Annie Besant. Yes, she was the founder of Central Hindu School. Keep it in mind, Central Hindu School first. Later became Central Hindu College. And later, much later, with the effort of Madan Mohan Malaviya, it became the Banaras Hindu University. So, it became Banaras Hindu University. That was with the help of much effort of Madan Mohan Malaviya. That keep it in mind. Okay. She published a newspaper, Common New India and Commonwealth. Yes, that no need to discuss of this. And 36 answer, both are right. Prarthana Samaj. Yes. So actually what is Prarthana Samaj is, it was an offspring of Brahma Samaj. Note it down. Brahma Samaj in Bengal, Prarthana Samaj in Bombay region, it was an offshoot or offspring. Offshoot means because of impact. But some differences, not it is just to follow the Brahma Samaj idea, somewhat different. That's what here mentioned of this. Yes. Who started Prarthana Samaj? Any idea? Type. Who started? No one. Exactly. Supriyo. Right. Supriya is right. Yeah. Atmaram Pandurang. Exactly. Atmaram Pandurang started here. Right. So I think explanatory part is given. Right. Prarthana Samaj is a very famous in Bombay region. 36 answer C. And next 37 home charge. Already it's a UPSC question. Answer is D all. Yes. Now we have to discuss what is home charge. I think explanatory part is 1 minute. Yes. What is home charge is, listen, for British, home is not India. For British, home is Britain. Okay. For spending in Britain, they charged in India. They charged in India. They got that right and took it to where is Britain. That's why, right, whatever were spent in Britain, but amount was given by India, that's called home charges. That keep it in mind. SYS office and expenditure. SYS worked in Britain. Thousands of members worked in Britain. British official got engagement, but India gave money. Drain of wealth. Am I right? If you want to purchase something for a government viceroy office, you would not purchase in India, because if you purchase in India, Indian industry would develop. They never allowed the Indian industry to develop, rather than they allowed the British industry to develop it. So this is called home charges. So home charges mean British spent in Britain, for that India gave the money. All are the home charges. And which people highlighted the home charges concept is Dadabhai Naoroji, so on. So RC that such a people. Okay, that's all. That's a home charge concept. And next, what was the who participated? Yes, in the Carnatic War, Marathas never participated in the Karnataka, but Maratha participated in the Anglo-Mysore War. They participated in Carnatic War. Their involvement was not at all there. It's a very easy. And next is, consider the following about the socio-religious reform movement, and answer is C. The reformist movement, the appealed only to small elite group. Keep it in mind. That is the difference between revivalist and the reformist, right? That reformist more or less just confined to the upper class, right? Unlike revivalist, reformist movement depend upon the reason and experience of European society. Exactly. But revivalists were not just experience, they based on belief system also. Note it down. They based on belief system. Yeah, Shruti asked that public debt raised abroad. Yes, listen. What is public debt raised abroad is this concept. 1 minute, I'll explain. Here Britain, okay? Britain wanted to construct railway in India, right? For the benefit of British. For that, Britain would get loan from France, Germany, I'm saying Spain like this, and would they take loan and would invest in India. For that, who is responsible to repay means not British people, India. This concept is called public debt raised abroad for constructing infrastructure in India, but who are indebted it? The Indian people. This concept is called, I hope now I explained. Yes? Yeah. Next is 40. 1 minute. This 40 is over. And 41, with reference to Crown's relative relation with the princely state, consider the following thing. As a gift for supporting the company, the British had promised to respect the right, dignity, yes, by abolishing doctrine of lapse. Not only by abolishing doctrine of lapse, by abolishing the annexation itself, not just doctrine of lapse. That's why after 1847 revolt, there was no annexation. Right. The Crown has granted strategic autonomy to the Indian princes to internal affairs. That's wrong. And external affairs, listen, at least in subsidiary alliance, keep it in mind, at least in subsidiary alliance, they surrendered only external alliance. Right. But after the British Crown rule, they surrendered their internal affairs also. How they surrendered internal affairs mean, even, right, they use the word Gadi. Gadi means successor. This is a definite time. Gadi, right? I am the ruler. I had a son. My son should be the next ruler, but I should get approval from the British. Even I should get approval every time during whose period is the ground period. But during the company period, at least that was not necessary. That's what this statement is wrong. They were given internal and external. There was no internal, external. Both were taken by the crown. Both were completely taken by the crown. Right? That is 41. And next is 42, European. These are all very important question. Answer is C. Related to the 42nd question, answer is C. Yes. 42nd, no need of discussion about that. And in that, if you see saltpeter, it's not saltpeter, it's a saltpeter. You just change it. What is a saltpeter is, it's useful for gunpowder. Useful for gunpowder, right? So that's important of the saltpeter. And a textile, right? Indigo, right? Perfume. Actually, perfume and opium. Exactly. Perfume and silk from China. Horses from Afghan. Exactly. Horses from one. And perfume and these things from China. And that too opium not from China. Opium they got it from Afghanistan, Myanmar region rather than from China. It's absolutely wrong to say from China alone. They send it to China, opium. That led to opium war later happened. 42nd answer C. And 43, association with Deccan Education Society. All are related to the Deccan Education Society. This society, kindly by heart it, I have not given in that classroom. Gigi Agargar. Okay. Who among the following official sanction to the education? There's no need. That is that Dalhousie. Dalhousie was the first to give the official sanction. Right. That the schools must adopt the vernacular language. That's no need to discuss. I hope no need to discuss. And 45 related to Mahalwari system. It was introduced by Halt Mackenzie. That's why listen. This system is also called Mackenzie system. Mahalwari system's another name is Mackenzie system. Yes, its unit for revenue is a village. Village land belongs jointly by village community. That's why it's a community based. Regulations were introduced for the different soil. Okay, that statement is also right. Right, 1833, when such a system was introduced, all the statements are right. I think no need of discussion of this. And come to 46, answer A. Regarding the Pindaris, the same thing. Thug and Pindari. Keep it in mind. Who are discussed or not about Pindari? Type it. Pindaris. No, Varan Hastings suppressed Bindari. Wrong. No, whether I discussed Bindaris or not in class. Yes or no? Yes, right. Then Pindaris, we discussed it. They belong to the Maratha area. They were the seasonal soldiers. After the Maratha was disbanded, they became unemployed. They entered into robbery activity. Am I right? To suppress that Bindaris only, right? A officer was appointed by Lord Hastings period, not Warren Hastings period. It was suppressed during Lord Hastings period. Lord Hastings period. Yes, Maratha third. Yes, exactly. Yes, we already discussed of this. And 46 is over. 47, consider the following regarding annexation of Sindh. Sindh was ruled by Amir and friendly states to the Russians. No, they were the friendly state to the British. They are never princely state to the Russians. British annexation to relate the British between Amirs of Sindh and Russian. That's also wrong. Because that's why they feared that Russian but Amirs never had relationship with the Russians. Keep this in mind. 47 answer D. Both the statements are wrong. And the next is 48. Consider the following regarding Muslim reformist. Answer C. Yes. This is one. Oh, 1 minute. British. Yes. So next is Aligarh tried to social abuses in the Muslim and advocated Western education among the Muslim people. Yes, that's also right. Deoband was the Orthodox. See, but in mind, that's why Deoband is a revivalist. Aligarh is the revivalist. Right. Deoband revivalist, Aligarh reformist. We discussed of this. 48 answers. We don't find any difficulties regarding. With reference to tribal uprising, consider the following statement. Yes, all are right. Beggar system. What is beggar system type? Any idea? Beggar. What is the meaning of beggar? Yes, beggar mean forced labor. Exactly right. Shakti Haris is right. Note it down. Beggar mean it's a forced system. Actually, forced system was not now. Even during Guptan period, even during Sadhavana period itself, such a beggar system was there. Such a beggar system was there. Beggar mean forced labor. This is preliminary question regarding ancient India. And question number 5. Which of the following contribution to the press? Answer is D. Yes, it highlighted the important. It demanded important Indigo revolt. Indigo revolt is Hindu patriot. He demanded Indian be appointed to the topmost post. Yes, almost all. No need to discuss. Which of the following movement religion play a major role? Yes, Sannyasi. Yes, Sannyasi revolt 1770s. Note it down. Sannyasi revolt 1770s. And which novel is related to Sannyasi? Which novel? Which novel is related to Sannyasi movement? Super. Swapriya is right. Any other people? Swapriya is right. Any other? The novel related to Sannyasi? It's a very famous question. That's Anand Mad. Anand Mad by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. Note it down. Anand Mad. Mad by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. Chatterjee. It's a very famous about the Sannyasi uprising. Farisi, yes. That's the Farisi movement. Mapla is also right. That's a Indigo revolt. Indigo revolt is not at all. Tariqi Muhammadiyah, yes. These are all important. So 51 answer is C. And 52. Almost the explanation part is given. I think no need of further explanation. I hope so. Right. And 52 answer C. Both are right. Right. I think no need of explanation about that. And that's all. 54, 55 not hours. What's the next question related to history? Parda. Okay. 52. Question number 52. 1 minute. Yes, Raghunai Masdin set up a regeneration of social. Yes. This aim improvement of position of women party, removing Parda. Yes. So keep it in mind, Parda system is not just confined to Islam. Its system was there cutting across. Even for Zoroastrian also from Iran, desert area, there you have to wear Parda. That's also. Even if you go to Rajasthan area, even Rajasthani Hindu women also would used to wear Parda. Right? And next is question number 78. Okay. Yeah. Rajamundri Social Reform Association by Veerasalingam. His full name is Kandukuri Veerasalingam Bantulu. You note it down. Kandukuri or Kandukuri, it would come. Kandukuri Veerasalingam Bantulu. One. And this is related to widow remarriage, exactly. That's Veerasalingam Bantulu, very famous person. Rajamundri social reform. And next is permanent system rights. It secures stable. It deprived Jamindari rights. Absolutely wrong. Permanent system strengthened the Jamindari's rights. Jamindar has absolute property ownership, right? Am I right? So they can, it's a hereditary basis, right? So it's wrong to say it deprived the Jamindari rights means absolutely wrong. You can't say. 79 answer B. B is that one. Correct. It made Jamindar alias. It put a riot under mercy of the Jamindar. Yes. Which of the following battle ended French supremacy? Battle of Vanduvas. Battle of Vanduvas 1760. The hero of Vanduvas was Sir Ayerkut. After that only British was completely started. Sorry, French was completely started. So keep it in mind, it's not Battle of Arcot. It's a Battle of Vanduvasi which closed that French supremacy in India. The French empire building dream was doomed once for all. 81. The book Raja Yoga, Karma Yoga. Yes, these are all by Swami Vivekananda. That's very famous. And another one you note it down. Vivekananda concentrated on Vedanta philosophy. Note it down. Vedanta philosophy and started Vedanta ashram at various places. At various places he established Vedanta ashram. Yes. Next, 82. First two statements are right. Its activities were just confined to South India. Absolutely wrong. Do you know it is an international organization? Note it. Note it near Theosophical. It's an international organization and it has world over 150 plus branches. And it has world over 150 plus branches are there. So absolutely wrong to say its activities were just confined to South India. If you come to Chennai, Theosophical Society is there for kilometers. Nearly for 2 kilometers you can see such a Theosophical Society building and its land in the hot spot of Chennai. Right, 82. Next, 83. Consider the following about foundation so and so. During Lord Dalhousie period, everything is right except the first. Delhi University was formed in 1920s. 22, I think so exactly. Simply you note it down, 1920s. 1920s, it may be a Lord Minto, otherwise Lord Montague Chelmsford. Chelmsford may be there, not Minto, Chelmsford. Chelmsford was the viceroy. During his time only this University of Delhi was established. Yes. Slavery in India. Yes, and this is expected question. Slavery in India was abolished by 1843 Act. Please by heart it. Now I have to explain one thing. Actually, that Charter Act 1813 provided for abolition of slavery. But slavery was not abolished by 1813 Act. For that, a separate act was brought in 1843. But 1813 Act itself, it mentioned update. In 1813 Act itself, it's mentioned, but only in 1843, separate provision, hereafter no slavery, right? Completely no slavery activity. Okay. Who among the following introduced tobacco? Yes, that is the Portuguese. Not only just tobacco, they only introduced cashew nut, right? Plantation variety. So what are all the other things introduced by Portuguese type? Tomato, yes, exactly, correct. Chili, yes, tomato, chili, potato. Corn, I don't know. Whether corn was introduced by the Portuguese or I don't know. Potato, tomato, chili, everything is right. These are all South American crops. 2018-19 UPSC question. Papaya Portuguese. How to check it? Okay, pineapple is known as Badami Firangi. Okay, what is the meaning of Firangi? Because even in Thugs of Hindustan, Amir Khan name is Firangi. European, okay. Oh, Firangi means European, right? Okay. Firangi means white foreigner, right? White skin, okay, okay. Oh, okay. In Tamil, we used to call Parangiyargal. Who is that person? Atheist, okay. In Tamil mein, we call it as the Parangiyar. In Hindi, in North area, they are called Firangi. Okay, okay. Right. So this is what about it. I have to check it about it's similar. Okay. And who introduced coffee? Type. Parangi, correct. Parangi, Malayalam. Who introduced coffee in India? Egyptian, wrong. Close but wrong answer. Next, Anjana is wrong. Any other? Lalit is right. Lalit is right. Any other? Even Lalit, who is exactly introduced? Kannadiga? No Kannadiga. No one in the classroom Kannadigas. Kannadigas means definitely you should know. Because the single state which produce 80% of the coffee is from Karnataka. No Kannadiga in this class. All are typing, busy with Google. No answer, right? So actually, who introduced that? Arabs called Arabs. Yes, exactly. In Arabs, who introduced? Baba Budan. It was Baba Budan who introduced. That's why in Chikmagalur area, the Baba Budan hills are there. Very beautiful place. Yes, exactly right. The single state which produce nearly 80% of the total coffee is this. That's why no other state coffee producing. That's why coffee producing is very less. So coffee is costly. But tea is not like that. Darjeeling, Assam, if you come to Nilgiri, Karnataka, everywhere tea is Kerala, everywhere tea is there. That's why tea is less cost. Coffee is so much of cost. That's the reason. Understood? That's all over. So likewise, you try to have an idea. 85 tobacco. Okay, who introduced biryani? Who introduced biryani into India? Mughals are wrong. Mughal biryani na Mughals are. Iranian. Okay. Nizam. Okay, Hyderabad biryani. Who is that? Who introduced biryani? Is that is a Persian. Yes, exactly. It's a Iranian. That is a Persian introduced that one. Then who? It's a Noor Jahan. No. Noor Jahan is wrong. Mughal introduced nothing. Yeah. Food wise, we are all belong to the Persian. Arabs delight. If you go to Seychelles or Arabian delight like that hotel, we are our non-veg food, kebab, so and so, everything are from there. Mughals wise very less. Later Mughal biryani, Kulkanda, Noor Jahan introduced Kulkanda. Okay. Yes, 85. So likewise, food origin you go through. And 86 answer is A. With reference to sannyasi, we already discussed of that. Varanasi never feared. He sent a strong force to suppress the sannyasis movement, right? And in the sannyasis were supported by all kind, Hindus, Muslims, Jamindars, note down. Hindu, Muslim, Jamindars. Yes. So that's why 86 answer A. And 87 with reference to Paika rebellion. Yes. So who are Paika? explanatory part is there. I hope you have the explanatory part with you, right? It's a Paika rebellion is very important because last year itself, the government is thinking to change the first war of independence from the revolt of 1857 to the Paika rebellion. That's why Paika rebellion is being popular because it's a major Sipai revolt. Paika means that's a foot soldiers are called pike, right? So foot soldiers, they revolted in the present day Bhubaneswar region of Orissa, right? That government is thinking and decided to change this as the first war of independence. If changes were made, if changes are made, you have to hereafter I have to discuss in the classroom a Paika rebellion as the first war of independence. So kindly go through Paika rebellion and consider that organization social service like yes, this match the following is the answer. C. Why social service league is wrong? Explanatory part itself, since explanation part is there, please go through. Any doubts? Noor Jahan into the school kan okay. 89. These are all explanatory part. Consider the following about Cornwallis role. He reduced the salary of civil servant. No, he threefold increased. He increased that salary of civil servant. Why did he introduce salary of three civil servant type? That is the UPSC question. Yeah, to prevent corruption, exactly. Because Varanasi period, complete corruption. When he came to India, why they were corrupt? Because of low salary. Increase them so that no one should. That's the reason, exactly. He enforced the rule against private trade. Yes, he strictly debarred civil servant bribery that we already discussed. Okay. 89 answer C. And 19th one, which of the following first newspaper? This is age-old topic, all new. In the classroom itself, we discussed a lot. No need of further explanation. And 91 Sanskrit, again this is a question. Okay. 91 Sanskrit College, Lord Warren Hastings. Right, that is Sanskrit College. Who started this? You know, right? That's a Prince of Macaulay. Okay. So listen, two kind of Sanskrit colleges there. One is, note it down. One is in Banaras. Note it down, note it down. No, here Sanskrit college is different. Yes. 1791 Sanskrit College at Banaras by Jonathan Duncan. Note it down. Another Sanskrit college in Calcutta. In Calcutta, if you see the explanatory part, that Sanskrit college in Calcutta was established in 1824. Yes. So keep it in mind. Sanskrit college of two kind. One is at Banaras, that was by Jonathan Duncan, 1791. Another is in the Calcutta itself, that's its later. So here is, that's what Lord Amherst, James Friendship, so and so, so and so. Okay. Calcutta Madrasa, some other, Varanasi, Hindu University, that's a Banaras Hindu University by the effort of Madan Mohan Malviya. Keep it in mind. If it is Banaras Hindu College or school, mean any person. If it is Banaras Hindu University, no any person effort. It was Madan Mohan Malviya effort. Fort Williams College, you all know that's at Cornwallis. Sorry, Lord Wellesley. Answer B, Bombay. And 92, the Hindu College was established in in Calcutta by enlightened Bengalis. Who were the enlightened Bengali? Best example is Raja Ram Mohan Rai. You by heart two people. One is Raja Ram Mohan Rai, another is the David Hare. So many people are given in that explanatory part. One is Raja Ram Mohan Rai, another is David Hare. These two people kindly go through. By heart it. Yeah, actually here you can mention both the college because both the college that question is not, answer is not at all suitable. Sanskrit College 1791, at the time no Warren Hastings, that to Jonathan Duncan. So for that match also it's wrong. 1824 Lord Amherst, in that also it's wrong. That's why anyhow first pair is wrong. Got it, Anjana? And this is the most important question, ring fence. So another name of the ring fence is buffer state. Because of the buffer state, the concept of ring fence. So ring fence, buffer state, you can intermingle these two statement, and the two concepts are more or less one and the same. Yes, which is the best example of buffer state is the Awadh, which is the best example in south is Hyderabad, because Awadh was used to protect Maratha raid and the Afghan. Likewise, Hyderabad was used to protect the Madras from the Maratha raid. For that purpose, Awadh, Hyderabad, these things were completely kept as a ring fence. Simple. Fence as a ring, completely surrounded, so that you cannot be easily affected. Bengal is like that, surrounded by fence. Awadh, so and so, so and so. So that British Bengal is so safe. Yes, after 1764, exactly. That can be seen even immediately after the Battle of Buxar, Treaty of Allahabad. Treaty of Allahabad, okay? 90 over, 3 is over. Answer is C. 94, which of the following play major role discouraging child marriage? Yes, B.M. Malabari, that is that Child Native Marriage Act, not Native Marriage Act, Consent Act, Age of Consent Act. His measure, 1891 Age of Consent Act. By that, the increase of the girl's age was increased to 12. Girl's age was increased to 12. But here, one point I have to mention, who opposed this Age of Consent Act was, that is B.G. Tilak opposed it. Note it down. That point is not mentioned. B.G. Tilak opposed it. Why B.G. Tilak opposed it mean any of that reformation should come from the society. Who are you, the bloody British, to change the reformation? So whatever the wrong or right, the society should reform themselves, not by the government, that to the foreign government. That's why for B.M. Malabari it is good, but for B.G. Tilak it was wrong. And the Cortes, we already discussed, this question is redundant. And 96, which are the following regional Count D? Right, Lally, the French commander. Yes, listen. Actually, as for me, all the statement are right. Even a better answer seems to be the D. I can. Yes, right. Not just 2, 3, and 4. So all are right here. Even not only for the failure of Count D Delhi, even the question may be asked, which of the following are the major reason for the failure of the French in India? All the 4 points. This is in history option will become, it's a 10-mark question. 96. Next, 97. With reference to the Pitt's India Act. Pitt's India Act wise reduced to, you are not correct. Governor General was empowered to assume Commander-in-Chief in extraordinary situation. Oh no, that was 1793, not 1784. So 1793, exclusively that power was given to Cornwallis. That's why 1784 it's wrong. Number of members in Governor Generals was reduced. Yeah. European bribed, exactly. Atheist and Vijay fan. Okay. Yes, bribed. Yes. Another is, it was not reduced to 4, it was reduced to 3. That's why here both statements are wrong. 97 over. 98. Which of the following causes led to the 1857 revolt? Yes. 1 and 3. Disparity in number of European and Indian troops. Keep it in mind. So here you have to be very clear. Disparity in numbers. Numbers mean 100 European, 1 lakh English people. 1 lakh Indian people. This is disparity in number. This is not at all a reason. What is the reason is discrimination is the reason. Don't confuse with the disparity and the discrimination. Okay, here definitely you might have confused with this. Right? Right. Number wise, not at all. Discrimination, that was the problem. That's why second is wrong. Answer B. And next one, 99. With reference to the Charter Act, consider the following statement. Yes. exercise authority as he did in Bengal. Yes. 1793 Act. In 1813, second, listen. Yeah, Indian were more, disparity in privilege can be. No, Indian were more. Don't confuse with disparity in number and privilege. 99, the second statement is again and again question. 1813, lie down the undoubted sovereignty of Ukraine and their possession in India, because first time in 1813 only, company was allowed to rule for 20 years on behalf of the crown. This word is first time. It means that in 1813 itself, the government, British government, took that everything sovereignty, but as of now, I don't want. Company, I am the ruler of India, but on behalf of me, you ruled for next 20 years. So that next 1833 also the same 20 years was mentioned. The first mention in 1813, that's why crown's undoubted sovereignty was first time mentioned here. Understood? 99 answer C. And 100 question, doctrine of lapse. Okay, under this, adopted son would alienate the post father's personal property. Listen here, one thing I have to clear. Dalhousie never put an end to adoption. You can go for adoption. I can adopt a person. Adopted person, after my death, he may come to my personal property, but he cannot come to my throne, because throne is the common property. But if I earn 1 lakh rupees, 2 lakh rupees, he can adopt the personal property and the personal land, but he cannot come to the throne. So keep it in mind. Dalhousie never put an end to adoption. If the question is asked like this, wrong. As per doctrine of lapse, Dalhousie put an end to adoption itself, wrong. As per doctrine of lapse, adopted son cannot come to power. That should be very clear cut. And even before doctrine, yes, Kittur was next. That's right. Answer C. That's all. I hope already explanation part, everything is given. Beyond that, any other doubts? If any other doubts, come to mic. Straight away come to mic.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Sir, what is this 1793 Charter Act, sir?
1793 also there was a Charter Act was there. Actually, Charter Act of 4. The first Charter Act is 1793 and 1813, 1833, 1853. In that 1813, 33, 53 alone we discussed. 1793 we have not discussed. Actually, Charter Act of 4, but 1793 Charter Act is not important. That's why. But now you have to go through.
In the explanation part, it will be there, sir.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, sir. And one more doubt, sir. Actually, earlier one's modern India discussion was there, sir. That I did not attend. By recorded video only I saw. In that, you are explaining about some Karenstein system. Karenstein or what it is, sir? Karen stick or something.
Carrot and stick.
What is that, sir? I couldn't type in Wikipedia also. So
Carrot,
spelling.
carrot, drumstick, that one. Vegetable, carrot. CARROT,
Okay,
carrot.
sir.
Stick, it means that lathi. What is carrot mean? If you committed good, carrot would be given. You can enjoy. If you committed wrong, stick would be given, canning. That is
Okay,
the carrot.
this was in what is the policy, sir? Here, this one.
British used it. If you did anything in British, carrot, positive. If you went against the British will suppress you. That's all. That is the carrot and stick policy. Especially they used in moderates. For moderates, carrot. For extremist, stick.
Okay, sir. And one more thing is Zimmerman plan or something you are discussing also. What is that, sir?
Zimmerman was Germany. He was a German defense minister or external affairs minister. During the First World or Second World War, Germany was against the British, right? At the same time, Indian were also against the British. Zimmerman, the German person, a commander, I think so, he wanted to liberate the colonies, especially the British colonies. That related is called Zimmerman plan, because Germany was against the British first during the first as well as Second World War.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. And one more doubt, sir. Regarding this Purna Swaraj, one person asked doubt like M.N. Roy was first to propose Purna Swaraj or what in that discussion, sir. You told that you will check and tell. So,
I also unaware of that one. For me also, I have gone through that, but yet to myself yet to come to know of that. M.N. Roy was the first to mention
but,
Purna.
and but as far as I know, M.N. Roy was the first to introduce the idea of making constitution for India, no, sir? That Indians are capable.
That's already there in Lakshmikant itself. In Lakshmikant book itself, that explanation is there.
Okay, sir. And only one more doubt, sir. Regarding these personalities, like Cornwallis, they will be asking an exam now, sir. How we can identify, sir, some important personalities? Which one we have to concentrate?
A writing test, by studying only you come to know.
Okay, sir. If we come across them frequently, then we can take them as important. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
So my doubt is regarding Pindaris. So in this question, they say the correct answer is two only. However, in the explanation, they've described Pindaris as the first option itself, as in the different Muslim tribes who congregated solely for the purpose of plunder. So could you give us more clarity on the same?
Question number?
It's 46.
Yes. They were
The second point in
tribes who congregated solely for the purpose of plundering. They came into existence when Mughal Empire was breaking up, especially in Maratha area. Okay. Lord Dalhousie, who exterminated the Bindaris, which are the following. Yes, the second statement, which are the following statement is correct. The second alone is right. First statement is wrong. Okay, what is the thing?
in the explanation, they've described Pindaris as the first option. Like they've said, Pindaris were composed of different Muslim tribes who congregated solely for the purpose of plunder. The second point of the explanation.
Actually, they are not just Muslim tribes alone. They were the actually yes. We have to change that correction itself. But it's not just to Muslims. Hindus, Muslims, right? Combined it. You have to change that correction part. But first statement, it's not just to Muslims alone. So they put it.
Okay, sir. That was my doubt. Thank you, sir.
Sir. So can you hear me?
Yes.
Sir, just now you said about the Pindaris, sir. They were not only solely, that word solely is, no, sir, that statement is wrong. Solely for the purpose of plundering. They were part of military, but they also engaged in plundering, no, sir.
Actually, who are Bindaris mean Hindus, Muslims, that's the social composition. They were the seasonal soldiers, first of all. They worked under Marathas, Mughals, then worked under the Marathas also. When Mughal Empire was disintegrated, as well as Marathas were gradually under the control of the British, many Bindaris lost job. When they worked as a soldier, they were not given salary. Then what was the salary means? When they attack a area, whatever that they loot, whatever the things they got it, that itself is salary to them. This is what they acted. But once they lost the
Okay, sir.
additional soldier, they deliberately entered into the robbery activity. So much earlier also,
Okay.
they acted both soldier as well as robbery, but once they lost job, they deliberately started to act robbery.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So current affairs part 25 questions are there. Just discuss the 25 questions of the current affairs part in this modern India test. So 53rd question. So 53rd question. The question is Patriot air defense missile, sometimes seen in news, is recently related with the affairs of. The answer is United States of America. United States of America. So why this Patriot air defense missile is in current affairs means the first thing is that it is recently it has been used or deployed in the Iraq after the Iran has actually backed certain troops, and because of certain kind of tensions that happened in Iraq after the Iran-backed forces attacked the US forces. Okay, so US backed forces. So now the US government has deployed this Patriot air defense missile in Iraq. So this Patriot air defense missile was previously deployed in Iraq in 2003 at the time of Iraq conflict. Okay, so that is why this was in current affairs. So answer for the 53rd question is Patriot air defense system missiles. Answer is United States of America. The next question, with reference to Technology Development Board, with respect to Technology Development Board, which sometimes seen in news recently, consider the following statements. It is a statutory body under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. No, it is not a statutory body under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. It is under Department of Science and Technology. Then second statement, it provides financial support to Indian companies. It provides financial support to Indian companies for commercialization of indigenous technology. For the commercialization of indigenous technology, yes, that is true. So the answer is true only. Let me give some more information about this. This particular organization is coming under Department of Science and Technology. So one of the major aim of this this organization is to promote the development and commercialization of indigenous technology, to promote the development and commercialization of indigenous technology and adaptation of imported technology for much wider applications. Okay, this is the main application of this organization. So this organization is linked with the Global Innovation and Technology Alliance. So this organization is linked with Global Innovation and Technology Alliance. What is the role of this Global Innovation and Technology Alliance is that it wanted to so this Global Innovation and Technology Alliance is a joint venture between the CII, Confederation of Indian Industries, and this Technology Development Board. So this Global Innovation Alliance is was formed by the CII and this Technology Development Board. The major aim is again to encourage the indigenous technologies. In this organization, 51% of the share is owned by the Confederation of Indian Industries, and 49% is owned by Technology Development Board. So the answer for the 54th question is B2 only. And third question, the term OMI-WET, sometimes seen in news. The third question is like a 55th question, the term OMI-WET, sometimes seen in news, is recently. It is a very interesting question. It is an indigenous herbal medication. Many of you would have gone for a spyware or something like that, but it is actually an indigenous herbal medication. So this National Innovation Foundation of India has recently invented this OMI-WET. So in order to feed to the livestock and reduce the problems of worms in the livestock, the major aim of this OMI-WET. So as I have already said, it was an invention of National Innovation Foundation. So this National Innovation Foundation is an autonomous body. It is an autonomous body. It was founded in the year 2000. This National Innovation Mission was founded in the year 2000 with assistance from the Department of Science and Technology, India. Again, science and technology is coming into picture. What is the aim of this National Innovation Foundation is that it aims to strengthen the grassroots technology. Number one, it aims to strengthen the grassroots technology. And this National Innovation Foundation has set up an augmented fabrication laboratory. I repeat, augmented fabrication laboratory for product development and strengthening in-house research. So this is also one of the role of this National Innovation Foundation. So I repeat, this OMI-WET is an indigenous herbal medication. Okay. Then next question, there is a match the following. That is bridges in India and rivers. Dapno Ridge Bridge. Dapno Ridge Bridge is in Subansiri. Yes, it is correctly matched. Subansiri is in turn a tributary of Brahmaputra River. And Kasowal Bridge is in the river Ravi. Yes, it is also correct. Then Bhupan Hasarika Setu is in Narmada. No, it is wrong. This Bhupan Hasarika Setu is actually linked with the northeastern region. So this Bhupan Hasarika Setu is the Dola Sadriya Bridge. Dola Sadriya Bridge in Brahmaputra River, or like Dola Sadriya Bridge in the Brahmaputra River is called as Bhupan Hasarika Setu. So this bridge is connecting the Assam and Arunachal Pradesh, northeastern states of Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. So first statement is correctly matched, second statement is correctly matched, but third statement is wrong because this Bhupan Hasarika Setu is in the northeast in Brahmaputra River that is connecting Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. So all these bridges are constructed by Border Roads Organization, or all these bridges are constructed by Border Roads Organization. So this Border Roads Organization is in the Ministry of Defense. This organization operations are not only done in India but also in other parts of the neighboring countries. For example, this Border Road Organization is constructing roads for friendly relationship between India, Bhutan, Myanmar, Tajikistan, and Afghanistan. Okay, so this is coming under Ministry of Defense. This Border Road Organization has constructed all these 3 bridges. That is the Kasowal Bridge or Bhupan Hasarika Setu or Daro Priji Bridge, whatever it may be. All these 3 are constructed by Border Roads Organization. So answer for this 56th question is sorry. 56th question is C, 1 and 2 only. 1 and 2 only. Okay. Then the next question. Consider the following statement with reference to Pench Tiger Reserve. Pench Tiger Reserve. This Pench Tiger Reserve is in Madhya Pradesh. That you should know. So it is one of the famous tiger reserve. It has maximum number of tiger population in it. See the first statement. It has the highest population of tigers in India. Yes, it is true. It is among the sites notified as important bird areas of India. Yes, it is true. It is also one of the important bird areas of India. Then number 3, it has one of the highest herbivore density in India. See, basically there is a link between number of higher, if a particular national park or a wildlife sanctuary has more number of tiger population, means obviously there will be more number of herbivores because it's a food chain. So if more number of tiger is present, obviously the food for the tiger is herbivorous animals like deer or something like that. There will be abundant population of herbivores also. So all the 3 statements are correct. Okay. So let me give some more information about it. So this Pench Tiger Reserve, as the statement has already it has higher number of tiger population, but in terms of density, higher density of tiger population, it is Kaziranga National Park. If higher number of density is the question, then it is Kaziranga National Park. Number of count, it is Pench National Park. Okay, Pench Tiger Reserve. So this Pench Tiger Reserve is near the river Pench in Madhya Pradesh. Is near the river Pench in Madhya Pradesh. So it has a lot of flora and fauna. Some of the famous animals that are present in this Pench Tiger Reserve are Royal Bengal tiger, jackal, wild dog, wild boar, etc. So this is about this Pench National Park. The answer for this question is D for Delhi. Next question, Natuna Islands. Natuna Islands is disputed, sometimes seen in news recently, is in the affairs of China and Indonesia. See, there are lots of groups of islands in this South China Sea. Okay. So this South China Sea is a matter of concern. It is a matter of concern between China and the island nations of the South China Sea, like say the Philippines or Indonesia or Borneo or Vietnam, whatever it might be. So they have a lot of issues with respect to the ownership of the islands. So you have Parcel Islands, you have this Natuna Islands. These are all like disputed territories between China and other countries. China claims all the territories or islands of these South China Sea for itself because it wanted to own the entire South China Sea, because China's 90% or the 100% of the shipping route is through this South China Sea, because it is the only area where it can go for shipping and transportation. Everything is done. So it wanted to own the South China Sea. In order to own the South China Sea, it has to own all the island parcels in South China Sea. That's why that is a tussle between the island nations of South China Sea and China. So this Natuna Island is a dispute between China and Indonesia. So some of the information is that this Natuna Islands is present in the exclusive economic zone of Jakarta, that is Indonesia. But still China is claiming the ownership for this Natuna Islands. That is a very big, it's a very big joke in this, because if a country is within the exclusive economic zone of a particular country, no one can claim the ownership of that particular island. But here China is claiming the Natuna Islands for itself. So that is the story behind it. So the answer for this question is China and Indonesia. Then next question, exercise Pitch Black. Exercise Pitch Black, sometimes seen in news recently, is a premier multilateral air combat training exercise between India and Australia. The answer for this question, Pitch Black, is Australia. So it's a direct factual question, nothing to explain in it. It is an Air Force exercise between India and Australia. Then next question. With reference to primordial black holes, which sometimes seen in news recently, which of the following statement is or all correct? So you should know about black hole. How this black hole is formed is that when two stars collide each other, these black holes are formed. So what they're saying is that these primordial black holes are formed when there is a collision between radiations. For example, two stars are there, it get collided and black holes are formed. During this collision, like radiations are created, right? When these radiations collide each other, this primordial black holes come into picture. So I repeat, when two stars collide each other, black holes are formed. When the two stars are colliding each other, some radiations are emitted. When these two radiations are colliding each other, these primordial black holes are formed. Okay, let's see the statements. These are black holes formed during the hot Big Bang phase. Yes, it is true. Then they can be massively huge as 3000 kilometers or extensively tiny like nucleus of the atom. Yes, true. Okay, both the statements are true. So basically these primordial black holes are formed because of the collision between the radiations. Okay, so so these primordial black holes emit some of the powerful gravitational waves. So this is one of the most most important aspect of this primordial black hole is that it emits the powerful gravitational waves. So that is one of the important aspect. So answer for this question is both 1 and 2. Both 1 and 2. So question number 9. Sorry, zoonosis. Question about zoonosis. Okay, next question is zoonosis. Tuberculosis, rabies, toxoplasmosis, malaria, dengue, brucellosis. So these are all the diseases. They're asking is that which are all the zoonotic diseases? Which are all the zoonotic diseases? So all are zoonotic diseases. You might have some doubt with respect to tuberculosis, but in case of tuberculosis, zoonosis means it doesn't mean that it should come from animal to human beings. When certain diseases spread from human beings to animals, then it is also called zoonotic disease. Then it is also called zoonotic diseases. So here all the 6 diseases are zoonotic diseases. This brucellosis is to from animals to it spreads to the human beings. Okay, from milch animals, from cows, it spreads to the human beings. Rabies, you know, it spreads from dogs and other pet animals, and malaria it is from mosquitoes, and dengue again it is from mosquitoes. So all are like zoonotic diseases or zoonosis. Okay. So the diseases which spreads from human beings to animals is called zooanthroponosis. Zooanthroponosis. So example is tuberculosis. Okay. So the answer for this question is D for Delhi. D for Delhi. Then next question. Consider the following statement with reference to gravitational waves, which sometimes seen in news recently. Again, that is a question. So you can expect a question on gravitational wave in your examination, because this gravitational wave, the research on this gravitational wave is going on all over the world. So it is very important. The statement says that all the objects with the mass that accelerates produce gravitational wave. Yes. See, for example, if a particle is rotating, means some effect, some force is created. That force will produce gravitational waves. For example, the earth is rotating. The rotation of the earth creates gravitational waves. If I rotate something in this space, then it creates gravitational waves. So gravitational waves are like waves. Like if you throw a stone in the pond of water, the ripples are produced, right? Likewise, the gravitational forces are produced when there is a movement in the space. Simply, even if I am shaking the hands like this shake will create some gravitational force. Okay. So yes, the first statement is correct. The gravitational waves made by the human on Earth are much too small to. Yes, of course. I am now talking. Now gravitational waves are produced. This gravitational wave is very difficult to be detected because it is very minute. The power is very less. So it is minute. So second statement is also correct. So detecting a gravitational wave is very, very difficult because its strength is very less. So now there are a lot of experiments going on to detect the gravitational waves. One of the most important and milestone in the detection of the gravitational wave is LIGO. It stands for Advanced Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory. The short form is LIGO. Advanced Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory. Yeah, this is the which this is present in Louisiana, Washington. This is present in Louisiana, Washington to detect the gravitational wave. This is one of the major milestones in the gravitational wave detection. Okay, then. So the answer for this question is both 1 and 2. The next question, consider the following statement with reference to Swamitva scheme. Swamitva scheme. There are two statements given for this question. The first statement says that the scheme to provide an integrated property validation solution to urban parts of India. No, it is not to the urban parts, it is to the rural parts. So that statement is wrong. The next statement, it is implemented by the Union Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Yeah, Housing and Urban Affairs, no, it is in rural parts, so it will not be implemented by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, it is implemented by Ministry of Panchayat Raj. It is implemented by Ministry of Panchayat. So both the statements are wrong. So the answer is D for Delhi. Let me give some more information about it. The Swamitva stands for Survey of Villages and Mapping. Survey of Villages and Mapping with improved technology in village areas. With improved technologies in village areas. This is a full form for this Swamitva. So basically, the Ministry of Panchayat Raj is going to collaborate with the departments of revenue in each and every state and the Survey of India to map the lands in the rural areas. The main intention is to map the lands in rural areas. For this purpose, they are going to use remote sensing and they are going to use continuously operating reference stations and drone technologies to map the lands in the rural areas. Simple thing. So to document the lands in rural areas using technologies like drones, this Swamitva scheme came into picture. It is by the Ministry of Panchayat Raj along with the state revenue departments and Survey of India. So this is the short form of this scheme. So the answer for the question is neither 1 nor 2. The next question, with reference to fully accessible route, which sometimes seen in news recently, which one of the following statement is correct? So answer for this question is, it's a separate channel to enable non-residents to invest in a specific government bonds. Yes. So basically this fully accessible route was recently came into picture, which was actually framed by the Reserve Bank of India. So to give avenues for the non-resident Indians to invest in the Indian bond market or security market. So there is no ceiling for this bonds. There is no ceiling for this bond. The eligible investors can invest in this through this fully accessible route. Okay, through this fully accessible route. This is actually an initiative of Reserve Bank of India. So the answer for this fully accessible route is, it is a separate channel to enable the non-residents to invest in specified government securities. Yes, okay. So this is the answer for this. The next question. There are tasks given, that is the GI tag in news and the state. So the products and the states, and we need to choose based upon the geographical indications, right? Devanahalli Pomilo. So Halli, it's a word of Kannada origin, right? Halli means it is basically it will be from Karnataka only. So this Devanahalli Polimo is from Karnataka. Then Nakshikanta is from Odisha. Nakshikanta is from Odisha. No, Nakshikanta is not from Odisha. It is an embroidery from. It is an embroidery from. It is an embroidery from West Bengal. It is an embroidery from West Bengal. Then Navara rice is from Kerala. Navara rice is from Kerala. That is correctly matched. So the second statement is wrongly matched because this Nakshikanta is from West Bengal. So this first statement and third statement are correctly matched. So the answer is B 1 and 3 only. B 1 and 3 only. This Devanahalli Polimo is a citric fruit. It is it's a fruit. It's a fruit, like it's a citrus fruit. So it is very famous in Karnataka. Then this Nakshikanta is from Bengal. It's an embroidery. It's a embroidery work. It is century-old embroidery work from Bengal. Then Navara rice is from Kerala. Okay. So the answer for this question is 1 and 3 only. Then next question. Consider the following statements with reference to gold standards, which sometimes in the news recently. It is a monetary system where a country's currency has a value directly linked to gold. Yes, this is called gold standards. Basically, a country will say that my currency is this much amount of my currency is equal to this much amount of gold. For example, $500 is equal to 1 gram of gold. So likewise, the country will determine the standards of their currency based on the gold standards. This is called gold standard. The second statement says a country that uses the gold standard sets a fixed price for the gold and buys and sells the gold at that price. Yes, that is true. Okay, both the statements are true. So basically, at present, no country is using this gold standard. So everything is determined by market. So that is different. But what is this gold standard? You should know. So the gold standard is a monetary system where the country's currency or the paper money has a value directly linked with the gold. Directly linked with the gold. For example, I say that 500 rupee is equal to 1 gram of gold means if the gold's value is increasing, then my rupees value will be decreasing. So the value of the rupee is determined by the value of the gold. This is called gold standard. So here the answer is both 1 and 2. The next question, consider the following statement with reference to fisheries and aquaculture sectors in India. The first statement says that fisheries and aquaculture production contribute 5% of the GDP of India for the past 5 years. See, this fisheries and aquaculture department is one of the small departments. So it cannot contribute for 5% of the GDP of India, but it is contributing 5% of the GDP of the agriculture. Are you getting my point? 5% in the GDP of the agriculture it is contributing. So the first statement is wrong. Currently, India is the second largest producer of fish in the world. Yes, it is true. Yes, it is true. So China is the largest producer of fish, followed by India. And with respect to this fisheries and aquaculture, you have a committee called Meena Kumari Committee, which was actually established to improve the fisheries in India. You should have a note about it. So here for this question, so the answer is 2 only, because the first statement says that 5% of GDP, it should be 5% of the agricultural GDP. So the first statement is wrong and second statement is correct. So the answer is 2 only. Then next question, which of the following statement with reference to e-court project, which sometimes in the news is recently. So the question is about e-court project. E-court project. So the first statement says that it is a pan-India project monitored and funded by Supreme Court of India. See the question. There will be clues in the question itself. It says that it's a e-court project. It's a pan-India project. If it is a pan-India project, Supreme Court cannot implement it all over the country. Supreme Court is an integrated body which is seated in Delhi. It is not having the manpower or the infrastructure to implement an pan-India project throughout India. So there is a contradiction in the statement. So it says that it's a pan-India project monitored and funded by Supreme Court of India. No, it is not possible. Okay, that statement is wrong. It is monitored and funded by Ministry of Law. Ministry of Law and Justice. That will be the correct answer. So the first statement is wrong. Second statement says that e-court services can also be provided through common service center. See here, these common service centers are the entities that are present throughout the country which connects the government with the people with respect to this kind of electronic modes. So the only way to connect the people throughout this country is this common service center. So this common service center will be the nodal agency or the infrastructure that is present with the government to reach the people in an electronic mode. So that can be possibly correct. So the first statement is wrong. Second statement is correct. So the answer is 2 only. Then next question. There is a match the following. They have given the harvest spring festivals. Then the state. Bikoti, Uttarakhand, correctly matched. Poila, Baishak. Yes, it is correctly matched. You can remember the word Baishaki. It is a harvest. It is a drizzling. Baishaki is the festival at the time of monsoon's arrival in Bengal region. So this Poila Baishak is related to West Bengal. Then Jushital. Jushital is not from Meghalaya. Jushital is from Bihar. It is celebrated in the Mithila region of Bihar. It is celebrated in the Mithila region of Bihar. So here the first statement and the second statement are correctly matched. Third statement is wrong. The answer is 1 and 2 only. 1 and 2 only. Then next question, which of the following comes under the Essential Commodities Act of 1955? So this Essential Commodities Act, why it was framed is that to provide a control in production, to provide a control of production, supply, distribution, trade and commerce in any form of goods which are essential in the interest of the general public. I repeat, so basically the work of this Essential Commodities Act is that to control the demand supply of essential goods so that the price fluctuations of this demand and supply is not coming on the heads of the people. So it is going to regulate it. That is the role of this Essential Commodities Act. So in these tools, many items are there. For example, drugs are included, fertilizers are there, pulses, edible oil, petroleum products, everything are included in this Essential Commodities list. So this is about Essential Commodities Act. So in this question, they have given 3 items, that is food products, drugs and petroleum products, which are all included in the Essential Commodities Act of 1955. All are included in the Essential Commodities Act of 1955. So the answer here is D for Delhi. Then next question. Consider the following statement with reference to the functioning of Indian Parliament. The question is about Indian Parliament. The first statement says that Indian parliamentary rules require members of parliament to meet physically at the Parliament House. So nowhere in Constitution it is mentioned like that. It's a wrong statement. Then the Speaker does not have the direction to allow discretion, does not have the discretion to allow the parliamentary committee to meet outside the house or meet virtually. No. See here, with respect to the meetings of the parliament, lot of discretion are given to the Speaker. So Speaker can decide how the parliamentary session can be taken off, how it can be like implemented. Whatever is being inside the house, the final authority inside the house to decide on is the Speaker in case of Lok Sabha or the chairman in case of Rajya Sabha. So both the statements are wrong. So the answer is neither one nor two. So in spite of that, the Speaker and chairman has the residuary power also. Whatever is not mentioned in the Constitution or the business rules of the Parliament, so the decisions taken on that matters is coming under the purview of the Speaker or the chairman. So that also you need to keep in mind. So both the statements are wrong. So the answer is neither one nor two. 20th question. Sorry, it's not 20, it is like next question. So it might be like around like 70 something question, right? So the question is with respect to treaties of intellectual properties. So what are all the treaties of intellectual property? Budapest Treaty. So there is other convention called Budapest Convention. If it is Budapest Convention, then it is dealing with cybercrime. So here it is Budapest Treaty. This Budapest Treaty is dealing with intellectual property. That is correct. Marrakesh Treaty, you should be aware of it. It is dealing with intellectual property. But this Basel Convention is not dealing with intellectual property. It is dealing with the environmental hazards. So this Basel Convention is the control of transboundary movement of hazardous waste and their disposal. So control of transboundary movement of hazardous waste and disposal. For example, see, there is an hazardous waste in US. So this hazardous waste will be easily like dumped in the developing countries like India or underdeveloped African countries. So this Basel Convention's aim is to control the transboundary movement of this hazardous waste from the developed countries to the less developed or developing countries. So this is the Basel Convention. So Basel Convention is nowhere related to intellectual property, whereas this Budapest Treaty and Marrakesh Treaty are purely linked with the World Intellectual Treaty Organization. So the answer for this question is 1 and 2 only. 1 and 2 only. So this Basel Convention is not dealing with intellectual property. Then next question. Baskon Festival, sometime seen in news, is related to the state of Arunachal Pradesh. It's a factual question. This Baskon Festival was celebrated by the Galo tribe. I repeat, Galo, G-A-L-O, Galo tribe. It is celebrated by Galo tribe. It is a 3-day festival which is actually celebrated at the month of November. It's a 3-day festival celebrated at the month of November annually. So it is a festival of Galo tribe. Then the next question. Consider the following statement with respect to river Mekong. It is a transboundary river of Southeast Asia that runs through China, Myanmar, Laos only. No, it is not only. So it runs through, it starts from Tibetan Plateau and it runs through China, Myanmar, Laos, Thailand, Cambodia and Vietnam. So the first statement is wrong. It starts from Tibet, it flows through China, Myanmar, Laos, Thailand, Cambodia and Vietnam. So the first statement is wrong. Second statement, the river cuts across the equator is a major trade route between the West China and Southeast Asia. Yes, it is actually a major trade route between the West China and Southeast Asia, but it is not cutting through equator. Equator is like, it's near Indonesia. The river flows till Vietnam only, then it is actually like going into the South China Sea. So it is not cutting the equator. So that statement is also wrong. That statement is also wrong. This Mekong River is the 12th longest river in the world and is the 7th longest river in Asia. 12th longest in the world and 7th longest in Asia. Okay. Then you have a commission called Mekong River Commission. It is an intergovernmental organization. Mekong River Commission is an intergovernmental organization that works directly with the governments of Cambodia, Laos, Thailand and Vietnam to jointly manage the shared water resources for the development of these countries. And we also have a cooperation called Mekong Ganga Cooperation Agreement that is between India and the Mekong river sharing countries. That is also there. Okay. So here the answer is neither one nor two. The next question, consider the following statement about the medical devices. All medical equipments used on humans or animals has to be notified as drugs. Yes, it should be notified as drug as per the Drugs and Cosmetics Act. Okay. Then the manufacture, import and sale of all the medical devices will need to be certified by the Central Drug Standards Control Organization. Yes. See the role of the central, what is the role of the Central Drug Standard Control Organization is that, see here, once a drug or a equipment is imported or manufactured or it is going for a sale, it should be certified by this organization. Then only it can go for sale, number one. Then after certified, the manufacturers should get a license from Drug Control General of India. See, certification is different, giving license is different. First, it need to get the certification from the Central Drug Standard Control Organization. Then it need to get a license from the Drugs Control General of India. Drugs Control General of India. So at present, we have 23 medical devices regulated by this organization. There are 23 medical devices. Okay. This is about this question. So the answer for this question is both 1 and 2. Both 1 and 2. Then next question. Next question is with reference to GST network. GST network. It provides IT infrastructure and service for implementation of GST in India. Yes. So it is the link between the government and the taxpayers. This is the GST network. Okay. The next question. It is a government-owned entity in which center and states equally hold 51% equity. Yes. So 51% equity is owned by the center and the state government, not only by the central government or only by the state government. It is like wholly by the central and the state government. Yes, it is true. Both the statements are correct. So previously this GST network. GST network was not a government-owned organization. It was a non-governmental organization or it's a private or not-for-profit organization. It is again a not-for-profit organization, but the maximum share was not holded by the government. But recently, in 2018, it was changed into government organization by shifting 51% of shares to the government of India and the respective state governments. Okay, so this is about this GST network. So what is the role of the GST network is that it's a backbone or the link between the government and the taxpayers. What all it handles is that it handles the invoices, it handles the various returns, that is the tax returns from the government, it handles the registrations, it handles the payment and refund. Everything is handled by this GST network. So the answer for this question is both 1 and 2. So last question is about environmental impact assessment. environmental impact assessment in India is statutorily backed by the Forest Conservation Act of 1980. No, it is by the Environment Protection Act of 1986. The first statement is false. Under EIA category A, project requires prior environmental clearance, whereas category B2 does not require clearance. Yes, true. All projects in respect of bulk trucks and intermediaries manufactured or addressed through various alignment comes under the category of B2. Yes, true. Under the Mines and Minerals Act removal of sand deposits from agricultural field is exempted from the environmental clearance. Yes, it is true. So recently there was a very big chaos or an issue going on with respect to this environmental impact assessment amendment. Okay, 2020. So what are all the dilution that has made in this environmental impact assessment 2020 is that previously, if you want to go for the construction of a particular industry, the environmental impact assessment is required. Now, a list of industries has been given. For these industries, the environmental impact assessment test is not required before starting the project. So after starting the project also, you can get it. So the question that was made by the industry cannot be retained. Again, the project is going to function in that place only. So it is no use that after starting a project, you need to go for an environmental impact assessment, number one. So basically, before this amendment, time period was given. I'm not sure about the time period. The time period was given. I think it is like 36 days. I think it is 2 months, right? 2 months or 2.5 months. It was given for the people of that particular village or a locality to give approval for this environmental impact assessment. Now this time frame has got reduced, meaning that it has diluted the role of the people on accepting that particular project. So that is also done. These are all some of the dilutions that were done in the environment impact assessment 2020. That's why there was a lot of discussions going on with respect to this present environment impact assessment 2020. So these are all some of the points about this environment impact assessment. So the answer for this question is first statement is wrong. Second, third and fourth statements are correct. So the answer is 2, 3 and 4 only. Okay. So like 25 questions we have discussed 25 questions of the current affairs part. The rest of the questions were already discussed by your history faculty. So thank you. All the best. Prepare well. ஜி முடிஞ்சு ஜி ஆஃப் செஷன் கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். நீங்க ரெக்கார்டிங் போட்டுருங்க.